Superman Up in the Sky issue 6 sees an invasion force descend on Earth as Superman tries to free himself from the black hole pressed chains he has found himself in. His captor tells him that the Corinthium steel is used to haul stars between galaxies, so they are completely unbreakable, wondering if Superman knows what that word means. Nevertheless, Superman pulls the chains, ripping them apart, saying that he doesn't know what unbreakable is. Across Earth, the heroes of the Justice League fight the robot hordes that have invaded the planet, but the robots are adapting to their powers and they are having a waning effect on them. Superman also fights the robots after breaking free, learning from their leader that he wanted some fun and decided to take over the universe. So he created these robots, machines the heroes cannot comprehend, and the robots can stop Superman, but the hero easily destroys them. The heroes begin to lose across Earth, but Superman continues his battle as the villain says there are enough robots to defeat Superman, but the Man of Steel says there are not. Batman is overcome by the robots as Superman picks them apart, told by the villain that he wastes his time on Earth since it's full of suffering and misery, but he knew to strike Earth first since Earth is the defender of other worlds. He knows Superman, despite the powers he has, is just like the humans and he will fall, but Superman says that he will not. The heroes are all but destroyed as the robot says this isn't going as planned. Superman finishes up his army. The villain says that he took the girl not because she is special, but because she is no one and he needed to examine an Earthling to understand them and calibrate his weapons. He knew taking an insignificant little girl would mean no one would care and she isn't worth any of this and it's just a stupid girl that no one cares for. Superman smashes the villain's robot head, saying the girl is worth it. Batman pulls himself up out of the rubble. Learning from the other injured heroes, the robots all just froze and no one knows what's happening. Batman knows that the robot's controller was defeated and he knows that it was by Superman's hand. Alice meanwhile tells her Superman doll that the real Superman is coming and they will all go home together, and soon Superman smashes in through the wall, telling her she is indeed going home. Giving the little girl a spacesuit, she asks how far it is to Earth. Superman tells her it's very far since they are on the other side of the galaxy, but using radios they can talk with one another the whole way, and if she has any questions, she just need but to ask. She asks if it's safe and Clark says that it's not, but promises to take care of her. As they fly through the universe, the girl asks how Superman flies, but Clark says that even though the yellow sun's radiation is what empowers his DNA, it's a little something more than that that gives him the drive. However, the girl thinks he just fires things out of his behind. They soon stop in to see the alien Darkseid task Superman to kill, and the girl learns that after the alien hugs Superman, he cured the being of his sickness, and Superman helped him because he needed it. Alice asks if he's going to help everyone, but Superman says no, but he's going to try to. Talk turns to if Batman could defeat Superman, and Clark says that he would let Batman win, since it would mean a lot to him, since he's going through a lot and deserves some happiness. The girl wonders if Superman deserves some happiness as well, but Clark says that winning fights don't make him happy. His work, family, dog, and helping Alice is what makes him happy, since he sees Alice is a good person. Soon Superman stops so the girl can rest, and since he doesn't need rest, he keeps an eye out over her until morning. Later, the duo encounter a space pirate, and Alice wonders if he's a bad guy, and Superman says he is indeed, as he fights the villain. Afterwards, they stop in for some food at a alien diner, and the girl asks if Superman believes in God. Clark says that his parents did, saying they had faith in God, but he's got faith in Ma and Pa. Alice wonders what she should have faith in, so Superman tells her to have faith in that things aren't as bad as they look, and if you're willing to give it a chance, it's pretty good. As they cross galaxies, Alice continues her questions, asking everything from why Lex Luthor hates Superman to what is Green Arrow's deal. Finally, they make it to Earth, and Alice asks if Superman was ever scared, and Clark says that he was, especially when he first met a very special woman to him. Alice wonders if he asked the woman out, and he did, and she said yes, and he never had to tell her that he was scared, since she already knew that. Superman returns Alice to a foster home that will help find her a good home, but if she ever needs him, all she has to do is talk and he will hear. Alice goes quiet, having no more questions, but soon she asks if Superman thought there was more. She thinks Superman would ask her why she never asked him why he came for her, but she already knows that's a stupid question, since she already knows the answer. He came for her because he is Superman. Superman Up in the Sky issue 6 was a really fantastic ending to Tom King's story on Superman and was an even better character study on the hero. I enjoyed this issue was all finishing up his story of finding the kidnapped girl. It wasn't any filler or him trying to tie in other stories he wanted to write for Superman and use this as sort of a thin veil to tie them all together. It was just the pure story that started this series. As I said, it was a character study, and it was that in its purest form, with Superman kind of reiterating his whole deal to this little girl and helping her understand why he does what he does. And it was utterly fantastic, and it's so shocking that this is the same guy who is currently fucking up Batman's story Something Fierce. I'd love for King to come back and do more at this point, more like one-off stories. I think he really excels in those things, but I'm really looking forward to Robert Venditti taking this series over next. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10.